Hello everyone, welcome back. So today I'm going to show you how I made these lovely mini chocolate cars which I had done for my son's birthday cake. So now this video was supposed to be out some time back, oopsie, but somehow it just kept getting pushed back. But I guess finally its time has come, and do stay tuned guys, because there's another video which I'm working on which will be out very soon. So without delaying this even further, let's start. It does take a bit of time in the sense the preparation for the mold and all, but a bit of patience is all you need. So okay, let's start. First I'm going to keep my containers ready. Keep everything ready, by the way. So these are two different shaped containers. Any would do. Okay. This is around half cup of water. Then we are going to use powdered gelatin and granulated sugar. And we cannot do without these cars which we need to make the molds. So these are the cars I've used. So first, into a bowl we are going to put in the gelatin. So I have used around 6.5 teaspoon of powdered gelatin. I then added around half cup of water, the water that I had shown you earlier, to the gelatin powder, and I let it sit for about 5 to 6 minutes. Now you do need to give this a stir as soon as you add in the water, and then leave it for 5 to 6 minutes. Now this process is called blooming. Blooming is an essential step as it ensures smooth texture of the finished product. So next, take a saucepan and add in around 4 teaspoons or 4.5 teaspoons of granulated sugar. Next we add in water. So we add in the water just enough to dissolve the sugar and the gelatin mix. So before adding the bloom gelatin mix, we put the flame on sim, not on high. So now I've added the gelatin mix, the bloomed gelatin mix, and you stir. So you can see at first it's clumpy, it's not a uniform mix, so you have to keep mixing. Another thing, you do not want this to come to a boil. You just want it to simmer till everything comes to a uniform mixture. So we stir, stir, stir. So one thing that I kept thinking about is why we need sugar, because this is only for molds and not for consuming. But you do need it because it firms up the gelatin, but at the same time too much of it will inhibit the firming. So well, sugar is important here. Anyways, so like you can see, I am stirring continuously. So we have to make sure the sugar and the gelatin is completely dissolved and well distributed. Do not let this come to boil, by the way. So now that's done, and I have let the mixture cool down a bit, because you don't want to pour hot mixture into a plastic container. So once that's done, but keep stirring while you're letting it cool down also, otherwise it will get clumpy. So first we pour in 2 or 3 teaspoons of this mixture into the container. Okay, spread it so that it can hold the car in place. So like you can see, I've placed the car. And then I will very carefully pour this over the car. Like, try to pour it on top of the car uniformly, just to cover it. Like that. And yes, you can see I keep stirring the mixture in between so that it doesn't get clumped up. But anyway, so one is done. Keep that aside and do the same with the other one also. And then these go into the freezer till firm. So now that's done. You can see it's all firmed up, and we are going to demold it. So that was easy. Okay, by the way, you have to grease your container very lightly so that it comes out like this very easily. So now I have to remove the car very carefully. Yes, you're going to see a lot of my kid's hand, my child's hand, and a lot of his talking and his vows. So bear with me, but it made my day, definitely.
കളർ ചേഞ്ച് ചെയ്യുന്ന കളർ ഇങ്ങനെ കാണുമ്പോൾ കളർ ചേഞ്ച് മാറിയ.
So while I'm trying to make sure this can be seen on camera, tilting and twisting and getting my hand freezed, my son is very curious as to what's happening inside that jelly. Kids.
Oh, wow.
So very carefully remove the top layer first, because you do not want to break this, because if you break it then you're not going to get your chocolate mold properly. So very carefully. Yeah, my child also is very careful. So very carefully, you can see it, remove the top layer properly so that you can get a catch you can hold. Try to loosen the sides very carefully again, because a little crack here and there will damage the whole mold and it will not look like the original car. So be very, and try to inch the car out very slowly. Do not break it because you need it. Slowly try to pick it out. So you can see I'm very slowly inching the car out of that gel, and it's oops, missed it. And it's finally out, and there, that's out. I hope you can see. This one did get cracked a bit, so I hope you can see the inside and you can see through this. It's perfect. So now for the next step. So now for the chocolate part, I have melted chocolate and I've let it cool down. You should not use warm chocolate because it will freeze up, because the mold is frozen and cold.
The crack ഒക്കെ ഉണ്ട്, so we have to be very careful. ഉപ്പൊക്കെ പോറ പറഞ്ഞു.
The from my child is it's just nice to hear them go all e and ooh. Anyways, okay, so what I've done here is I first poured a spoonful of chocolate and then I tapped it so that I can remove the air bubbles and spread it evenly to coat the base properly. And I am tapping all the sides so that there is no air bubble inside, and so that it just basically evenly distributes. So I hope you can see, and I'm sorry for the shadowing, but I hope you can see it. So now for the second car, we need to demold that one also. So it's the same thing, the same way. So I'm going to go by really fast. Okay. This one though did come out better. There was no crack. So yeah, you get better at it. So the same process, we start with the top layer. Carve out the edges so you can get it out more easier. You'll have a clean passage for it to come out. So now we are taking this one out also. Try and remove all the excess so that you can get the car out quite easily. You can see it keeps slipping because it's well slippery. So yes, you can see I'm trying with the knife, butter knife, but again slipped. And so that's come out, our snow capped car, frozen car. Okay, so now you can see this is very much intact, no crack at all. So the next step, we're going to add in or pour in the melted cooled chocolate. So pour it in and then tap it to remove the air bubbles. And it will join its partner in the freezer till it sets. So that's our final product which is ready. So now we have to just pull it apart. You don't need to be really careful here, but a bit of caution is good. And our car, chocolate cars. Oh, don't they look so good? So it's actually come out nicely, everything perfect, all the details. And that's my son very excited, wanting to see it, actually hold it. And that's the next car. So let's demold that one also very quickly. And that came out quite easily, and my hands are very cold. Yes, freezing. But yep, I'm very happy with the end result actually. So yes, that is the second one also done and ready to be placed on the cake. And my son was very excited because it had even the wheels intact in it. So that's it. The cars are done, chocolate cars ready, and you can use it however you wish. This is how I used it. So that comes to the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and my son's songs and oohs and wows. Please do try this. Do come back. You can actually, by the way, use any toy. Doesn't have to be car, but adjust the quantity of gelatin and sugar to get a proper mold. So till next time, bye, take care, and do stay tuned because I have something coming up soon.